This is Snehalaya. In Hindi, it means the home with love. It's an orphanage for disabled and destitute children, some of whom have been treated badly by society. Take Lali, a lovely, vivacious 13-year-old girl who arrived here 7 years ago with a sexually transmitted disease. Ayush, abandoned at the gates as a toddler and used to regurgitate his food as he didn't know where his next meal was coming from. And Radha, the first child of Snehalaya, a bright, independent 14-year-old girl with HIV, who, after a shaky start in life, was given a lifeline by Snehalaya. She is now thriving. Those are just 3 stories of the 63 kids here, all with a heart-wrenching tale to tell. But you can help by giving your time to these children. Ravi looks after everyone here and does everything from morning PE classes, to teaching, to giving vital medicines and food.
Main problem is in rural areas, villages, because they have not proper education and they don't know what is disability. They all thought of that they have done something wrong in past time, so they are getting their punishment, so they are not treating well. In a family, if they have disabled children or some big disease, they didn't treat them well. They left them alone on road or stations. They left them. It's a big problem in India. If their own people, like the mother and father, they're not treating them well, their own children, because they're getting disability or like any big diseases.
I've been blowing on it.
Which leaves a huge problem. Enough carers and volunteers to make sure these kids have a better quality of life.
We need more funding, we need more funds, more volunteers, and like we need more dedicated staff to work with them 24 hours. We need more carers, more. As the people, they don't want to work with disabled children. So like we need to educate them. We need people they have good heart, so they can work with them, to live with them, to eat with them, just to make them happy.
Isn't it?
One of the few volunteers we do have is Jill, a retired nurse from England who comes to Snehalaya for 4 months every year. Many of the kids have cerebral palsy and Jill spends a lot of time with them.
So what would be ideal for these little ones is, because they're in this physio room, which is a nice light airy room, but there's just nothing for them to do at all, nothing. So they basically need someone here who can stimulate them, make different noises, let them feel different textures, listen to music, and just generally try and give them a bit more focus in their life, because otherwise they just lie here 24 hours a day. Manoj, the carer in this cottage, does an amazing job. He keeps them clean, well fed, they're happy, he plays music for them. But sadly, because he's got 7 boys to look after, he hasn't got an awful lot of time to spend stimulating them. But anything that would improve their quality of life would be just amazing for them. Yeah, just amazing. Sorry. Just.
This is Millie, another child of Snehalaya that was cast aside by society and left outside the front gates here. Her name comes from the Hindi word found.
She's not in a good state at the moment. She's suffering from malnutrition, so it means that her skin's in terrible condition. She's got swollen feet and she's lost quite a lot of weight, but thankfully it seems to be going back on slowly, which is good. There you go, sweetie. Okay.
We are lucky to get these children, and they are lucky to get Snehalaya.
With more people like Ravi and Jill, these kids would have even more of a fulfilled life, and Snehalaya could house more children on the streets of India who need a home and need love. At Snehalaya, that's what they get.